become a lawyer.
It
is only because
law apprentice no koyana.
It's possible. I don't even know whether he was ever tutored by any teacher. But all these people are lawyers. She'll be say Kufuor no. On chan lecture room da ensure law da ba we lawyer ni. Ono akasa no fasi bedi atuo ya wote America ya na adwinati. Say wono so we lawyer ni. Wo busan say bedi atuo ko school we he. O first degree wo nya no we woni bi. But we lawyer ni. And that is why I've always told you, the Ghana Bar Association, and yet the most useless association ever to have found its life on this earth. It's the most useless. Look, what did you to talk about? What about how be the diamond? Yeah, it's what did you talk about for them? What did you call be about? Ube bonsa akufia koda. What did it be about for? It's the most useless. Because if you admit such uselessness, Gabi, we a lawyer. Gabi, we bow school. What tea? Emrano, what we try city or a lawyer. All these ex-convicts are lawyers. So the question is, what is the quality of justices we have? That is the question. Because sebi lawyer na bon, afe no marking or a lawyer. Obi a wo ye lawyer ni a wonim se, mepacho ko Google long. Na ko search for stay of execution. Just Google stay of execution. Now would you read it? Now be who say sebi and yes sir will be a lawyer and a chest when him nyansa na wabing. Stay of execution. What does it mean? Now obi a tinya babe file a very wrong application. I was Supreme Court one ko magistrate court, one ko circuit court, one ko high court. One court your friend is saying appeals court. Waba the whole Supreme Court. Now a judge for a name omunyina Kufuor do obonfu we ya the appoint omunyina Kufuor do ya wabo ya woni classmate. One appoint a judge for we nyina. It a judge for ni nyina person tell me say omo call law school no omo ensure stay of execution omo nima de kro.
Stay of execution. A stay of execution is a court order to temporarily suspend the execution of a court judgment.
Simple, but your first you are. We in here, so obeko school, obeko Harvard. They say Ayariga, and answer President Kufuor, and san we who sa law way. And ye nyansa any common sense na nyankopon eboa ebinumu a omudi nkan ba wiase and san ye ba say to make a law effective in this world, put wisdom and common sense together and make sense. So if you look at how they have just rendered themselves very useless, it tells you why we are in this limbo. In a democracy, dictatorship has become the order of the day. And you know, Kufuor always looks for people who will always be yes men and yes women. Yes women because I was so kind say yes sir. I was so kind say yes sir. It will your bar no kasa was so say yes sir. We your bema no kasa was so say yes sir. And it was say in kwakuo ene moa ene odu o magu baabi ene o sori a no ayo mu koliku o sori a de meka bia kasa yes sir. It will kasa o ma me abodam no so aka ma me abodam kasa o certificate o birth certificate untimi fa anya yi no so akotro o birth certificate untimi fa anya it kwasi asem kwa kwasi judgment onu an kasa o ma me echameku no akoka echameku ma me o kofia no osu position ya me koji ye yo anka radin kama kru we mpa me ho enti wagimi so wuti wiase na wan kasa wo adwen na ma me de wo school na ma me se fa school na me de wo no fa be ya adwuma na fa bobra na wo da tintiri mba o mo so menya so fa so woni nkwasi adwe ni wiado akoja radika we ka wa ku mpa me yakopo atwa wo ka woni nyansa wadwini so wadwira yete sa akwa na yakopon eba Yesu Kristo obu baby the parable of the talent or say na papa ni tu kwan e no ma ne ma no me ma we enan e na me ma we mienu e na ba ko so me ma ne ba ko ma mi Torkornoo oni ya ma ne ba ko ya watutu fam no de akose hoyi yakopon wadome ho ka say amen enti no eno me ne sen nyankopon de talent atu trim What talent ne say fa adwene ko suku ne fa ko sua nyansa ne fa ko sua nimdie ne fa bra ne fa beboa omanfo e fa membo oman Ghana what made the wadwene ato fam te say anwam e na wo hu tie Akufo da ono woni certificate wo kura certificate they say Akufo do na e kire de ka nti unyansa wai oni pa ba unyansa ne hwan ugina bia ne he me tu ne fo ugina bia ne he say obedi stay of execution abetu wanim na wonim say Supreme Court mo sabi mo adwuma mo ye wo wiase ma nyina ene say mo be interpret laws yasa you don't do anything more because anything you do is interpretation. To the extent say and then mama Supreme Court no akoye te say me say me ni a judge for mo wo UK your friend is saying US e bi wo Rwanda and e bi wo your friend is Europe in general now me aba waka baby Georgette Amide Deja ba Nyankopon fa ne kransie baby o ko bia brilliant and sharp otiko jaba mu elder sister on the name so I mean sa judge for enum nyina nti assembly si Ghana ha I try to feed our platform and let them get me what it is that I should say sometimes and we are friends oba Ghana me and am do omo number bia now I was shocked to the marrow say ba ko na twe ma adwen si sa de we so say stay of execution ought not to have found its way. These are the words I can read for you verbatim. See, stay of execution ought not to have found its way in the Supreme Court because no court has adjudicated over a matter. One kind document in a review. Who's a 5-page document? Yeah. Okay, first preamble no, it's wrong. The application filed was wrong, so it was dead on arrival. Many of them kita would you can best stress. Why are we becoming this nuisance? The Ghana that we used to know, sir, this is the beacon of democracy. Now you tell me on my way say Sebi yakoya nim ama say Africa obi e suasuan obi e dwen ho say the gateway of Africa. The reason anunti yakase the gateway of Africa no mostly was because of how we have conducted ourselves in the democracy. Sure. Despite all the military your friend say coup d'etat say ba yen nyoma look at how even the rulings that we the MPP antagonized was able to bring together a whole nation under the umbrella of democracy. Na nipa on mamenka secret wenchira hwe ndenti omudi sansam hunu no sa enkwasiafo miensa na omutisi Supreme Court me makase se NDC bawa da bi omumbu sadie mi mfiri me umame se menye president 1 hour just 1 hour me mpe biem ade a me pese me de me president ya ni se me kwa kofa sa grader na omudi koy galamsey no yeah akọ sa Supreme Court anymore ebubu nkwasiafo ni nyina tiato agu. I now understand why Rawlings did what he did. Yeah. Even though I understand it was not done by Rawlings, he would have been right. Because adia Torkornoo ye no nanu fiada no. Unim de betimi dia ba my way mu a. Sani pamiensa you never celebrate them. Because omutimi dia dem de judge otimi dia ponche. Me. No de ko bu obi aten. Okoje bayire ni kura nya duro bayire kakra bi bode batem no bi momone ko totobi ko ma bon se timi ni wo ba no aje odo no ba da no oje oba timi je o girlfriend no do akotum wey aye judge mama say aye time I don't think I'm saying pursue law biem I am a time me kwa me ye kura me fan court me ya me kwa koye no Harvard nso na me ba no ma be kire mu se ne broni nyansa etimi sisa bibini adwen jimi adwen yade ma wo mayanimu nte yade na wo so wanimu nte ene wo ba e ba be kan se maami Torkornoo Mr. Saki wo papa Saki enti say na no tie ne bra nie o papa no headmaster e wo ye friend is saying Kofredua wow mun ko busa de kura ya de papa yi na die o dia dem die ye den enti anim guase e ba o papa akwa mu no enti mi sa kira wa brabo wo gumu ani mu asiama ena akwala kura wo bo Supreme Court na obi e ka FC say kura de di akwala no ye FC United won cheni United mu mamani mu banyam kakra na ye den enti mu de mo hwe the list of your predecessors count see the recognition they had even the very immediate past chief justices or your friend is saying immediate past crowd on the no e kronfo ani ye boa
kwasi ani ye
boa ye kronfo che wo
no na go Supreme Court kojo amana
ba bi destroy no ono na udim sa impunity na je mensa that's mensa ayiri je mensa we grow wings and now na so je dinachi ensem hunu mu die ni nyina ye because of any ye boa omo na sha se omo bu o man no intentia
se ba bi owo bi
je bribe Jessica diademu dia gun hu fin and now unim dia time crowd unim dia time crowd omo wi no ma dwane akose Freemason because ni nua ahun ba be na e wo ho and then wo wa ya ahun ba. It's just like any association that you can find anywhere. No ma dwane akose ho Freemason my worshipful brother omu mani mas it wa unemo so wagu $5 million wanye oje it wanye ati wanu we yapam mimi nie free fa ba ya obe free fa won twantro da me ka kire oje free fa nan ka won so nko be ka sa asem we oje ye eti dey na chese election petition wan ko dia dem die wo kokofo edua ono so that same kokofo edua wona wo de opa sikofo edua na busa ni ye bo ase the first thing ebe catch o ba be bomb amane onu ne ediri ko ye GFA adamudie sa anas video no yini film ani yeboa ona say Ghana football o kan ho na Ghana football adamudie referee nya na o mo bribe na football na say etino o mo destroy Ghana democracy no to a certain level ebe hia se o man no ebe tenase na nim guase a ye ya krama ye ho te se de obi akọ China akọtọ anim guase import ahyepo ababe yinu temahabo na odi akosi ni dem saa pepepe no mo aye na sebi uni pani adwie no ebi nie enti senya onwa bagwen na odi ni nimdie ni nyansa who say for some time bagwen me shada na nya friends obi ase ada mitwi nanim e bi o me ya na me pese ni pa ukura wani mo nyam a ohene ba sebi how many times have people called you say oh chale twaso na yempe kakrama how many times bebre enti sebi enti nka uton wani mo nyam a e ka tulu an katia how many times me omo kopake omo ka bi ene ni omanioma how many times ye nuanum ya ye ne omo ye adwuma obi timi frɛw ya den nkofo no kreje what me be catch kra say ye mpanifo bi ije enti yeso yenye ne yankan anu ntum enti sabi mani mo nyam ne sa nipa kro no say sa nipa kro no oni ani mo nyam bi mi fa wo jeje MPP fo sika say unam kra na ofere because wa ko je MPP fo sika utimi nka o masem asem ne kra na utimi nka unia kukuoduro say meti here make us free nyankopon na ma me oxygen nipa chaw nipa na ebo nipa de kra ye fake meboa etino wo wiase a me papa na kan wo say ani wutiri ani let your conscience speak to your heart think deeply because don't ever think say oh me yanamako Oh, yeah, they are two in Chirimaho.
Sure.
Because Torkornoo, Oma will forever grow to come and see your history.
Yeah.
This is your history.
Judgment.
And look, I never hear make a second from them. You may think, say, no, a guapawaso. Because you're not bad from 10 times. So, some centuries to come,
yeah,
these voices will be played.
Yeah.
A bedroom no man nanom netiase. Omba who say, ah, me na say na no tie. Because our brain sebi nim de ni nyansa say at the click of a button. Akwala dia obehu no wo ma me ana papa wo.
Yeah.
Until all these things will be available to them. So why won't you discipline yourself and for God's sake at least be that with conscience once for once. Just with conscience at least let your conscience speak to you. Obi di adia ba that moment na sebi hwe no ma egu wanim
samotia
say nkwala nkodi omu trum ni ne ma da wanim
ba besine
ya ho ya ba ya mu demonstration aba wanim eno kura wanti mi esi ho wanim ho ani wo nti wa ma se wuso akoye bi dade abeka oslo wuso aka wuso beka ni ehu beka ni ehu asem we ya asem a wo se nka akwa agina no wabu we no ya asem a look at the speed.
No we are going so them ko pretty.
Wait. Now the puppet man and Yakopon won no me. What the puppet e man say o menja o puppet so preacher. Yakopon be do me. Because Yakopon won pen kwase asenti na ne ba Yesu Kristo oba ya ohun say enkonfo bo chacha to e ton nyoma woni papa sorry dem. We ye chacha. Sasu ba we ye fan ko gina puppet.
That be
na communion kwa ni kwa say odibi.
That be
now they are called puppets. What they would dear Bayan Quasia judgment way, judgment are collab, Kitua crap who say, yes, I'm a cranny. Now, who never say speaker say on your Nejuma. Now, you call school, you chose a pressure of powers that. It's about the Montesquieu, who did that. Who didn't have you dicey, who didn't test and balances. Ah, no, mamma, a friend way, our bone way, a friend you want bone lawyer, one bone say. No, what in your Supreme Court judges so you were telling I line them up nipa 5. They say why you useless. Follow to a grass officer.
I think no way.
Follow to a grass officer. A timid make case in the P. Say Indiano say no and yadia a hinta nipa. Can you know an couple can say be so what in Sempana hinta and yansa and no dear Shem Kukwano. What the can and the same say. And you want now Jay say Munim Yansa and the pen and Yansa. Muntia na ha na Yansa wo kwa afasa cha wadwe ete se de so fu preach a kire wo. Na me Torkornoo tie Yansa na sa cha wabrabo. Wo ya ye no me amoman Ghana. Enye Nyankopon sa mu kekanyam sompa anim. Na so mun fa mu aba afanya hwe. Mu kekam anim hypocrites. And I'm a suffer and I'm a preacher. Not all preachers know the word of God. Damn it. Heal thyself, you hypocrite. Hypocrite. Nyankopon na se wose me fi botrobo afi wa famanum. Nyankopon wa fi no. Wodi nyamenam na me Nyankopon sofo. Saa unu se ema ni mienu nyina saa na omote. Ayi Jemensa. Ofa Bible so preacher che wa beka so no na Nyankopon eto dame. Ono. Say strategy. Kenoforata obi no betima aka say kenoforata wo ka che obi say kenoforata o shiwi a obeje di esu wi no entampe no o pa me brame fa nko ba bi o hye no anyoma wo betwe wa we a bo mali kurantimi esu wa we wo hwe na ni wa beka so fa ba akrada
me de minim se na nado na ehye
wo mu nyina your friend all tools gadamtion. They all do the boaboano neshi. Uko ka osiminim na aziban. Azibi no ozimam. Osimenchechi na minche jantum na me yare a me share obeko. And so you can tell how people have been so wicked and mean against this country. And very soon mi book bi ayeye. Ebeba bonten, your friend enemies of the state. It will be interesting to read. Enemies of the state. This state called Ghana, no, we have enemies. Or more are you put the powers of the people just to destroy